My next guest company provides the software allowing pharmacies and mobile testing vans to speed up all those extra steps around testing. Joining me now is Julie S.K. Eagle, founder and CEO of DragonflyPHD. Julie, thanks for being with me. What are you seeing out there now with this latest demand in testing around Omicron, and what should we expect in the future?
Well, I can't tell you what to expect in the future, but I've seen testing volume skyrocket. So just in the last week, we have 4 times what we had a few weeks ago. And I think some of the good news is that our software administers vaccines as well as tests. And we saw a big uptick in the number of vaccines administered in November and December. I think one of the challenges for all of us is people who want to travel have different requirements depending upon the airline and the requirements day by day. So, for example, over the weekend, we had a woman from France who was trying to fly home, and she got to the airport and discovered that she needed a test that was within 24 hours, and she had been told 72 hours. So she had to go back. She found one of our testing vans and retested and left. But it's a challenge across all fronts, logistics, materials, and just getting people through this process.
I just wonder if at this point we have a better visibility into what might be needed in the future, because the first time, right, pre-Delta, we had tests being destroyed, rapid test inventories being destroyed, because there was kind of a sense, oh, we don't need those anymore. I think that's not happening anymore, but now with Omicron, we've seen this spike in demand again that's even outstripping the existing inventories of rapid tests. So does there need to be some level of ongoing government buying and even stockpiling in some cases of tests so that society, so that business can have some continuity, expecting that there will be another variant in the future?
Absolutely. I think you heard very early on in this process, the Rockefeller Foundation and many others talked about the importance of testing. And I have felt that we need to, as a government, as a society, make as much testing available as quickly as possible. I think there was reticence at the beginning. I don't know where the hesitance derived from, but from a practical standpoint, that's really the best defense we have. So frequent testing, daily testing. I think you see some great examples in industries like production studios, where very early on, we had 300-400 production studios doing daily testing on site. We had a customer in LA who went on site to production studio outlets and filming locations, and she'd go there with a rapid test machine and run testing for an hour in the morning before filming started.
Right.
And that has carried on.
So if you're a business, how do you plan ahead? Having resources, connections, contractors set up to come in and do testing when needed, software that you need to have in place to do that. What should businesses do?
Businesses should be set up to create safe spaces, I think, for their workforce, and it's not that hard to do. We have clients who do, we work both with the labs and with the testing providers, the medical professionals. And labs have produced outlets like mobile vans that have testing equipment inside that can produce and process 1,000 tests an hour inside the van. In 20 minutes, they've got a result on a PCR test. So they've used those technologies in places like conventions, for example, outside of Atlanta, where they did testing on a frequent basis to get, 8,000-10,000 people tested before they entered a facility. I think that there's a lot that can be done. They just have to be prepared to go for it and say, you know what, I'm going to stand up, take a leadership role, and protect my workforce. This is how to do it. We certainly have resources and people who have experience doing that. And we see pockets, as I mentioned, of industries where they've really sort of taken a leadership role in making this happen.
Well, hopefully we'll start to see more of those case studies. Thank you, Julie S.K. Eagle.